it went, and he said not well at all. And his family, his boyfriend's family, said that he needed God and he needed to turn away from being gay because it was demonic and he was going to hell and it was evil and blah, blah, blah. And that my friend Caleb had turned him against God and turned him against his family, and it was Caleb's fault and blah, blah, blah. So that's ridiculous. And the guy's, of course, very upset about it or whatever, but he's said that they wouldn't be surprised if they came over and started packing his things and just trying to force him out of there. So, of course, they said that if that happened, they'd call the police. But, I mean, to be so upset about this is just ridiculous. And I just want to say, look, there are so many kinds of people in this world that make up this world that we live in, okay? And that's the beauty of this planet, if you ask me, is the diversity of it. Both racially, religiously, sexually, everything. And what makes us different is what makes us wonderful and interesting, And, there's a song, what if everybody looked the same? We get tired of looking at each other. And that's so true because, think about how wonderful the world is to have so much difference in it and to learn about new people, new cultures, new religions, new whatever. Whereas if we were all the same, how fucking boring it would be. And plus, you would never grow as an individual by being around people just like you all the time. So when people get so upset about someone being gay, and they are so brainwashed by their religion, which these people are, that they can't even accept their own child for who and what they are, is absolutely abhorrent to me. And unfortunately, it goes around and happens so much more than I would like to believe, but it happens all the time. And fortunately, this guy is in college and he's living with his boyfriend and he doesn't depend on his parents or anything. But a lot of times that's the case. And these kids get kicked out of their homes. They end up on the streets. Sometimes they end up prostituting themselves or being taken advantage of or whatever. So it's just really sad. Speaking of that, by the way, I was watching Wendy Williams yesterday. And I don't know if you guys remember Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. They were both like, teen idols in the 80s, and they were these kid stars, actors, And I can't remember. They were in Goonies, I think, together, and they were in, I don't know, they were in several movies. But anyway, Corey Feldman wrote an autobiography about his life, and in the book, he talks about how industry people had actually molested he and Corey Haim when they were 13 years old. And that Corey Feldman was the victim of, statutory rape. And also one of his aggressors actually was his guardian that his father had appointed to him. He was like a director's son or something, and had owned a child agency. And there were 4 people in this agency who were all pedophiles, and they molested these 2 kids, both Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. And anyway, it's just really sad, and nobody knew what was happening or going on or whatever. And he actually wanted to name their names in his book, and his publisher wouldn't publish the book if he did because of legal reasons. So anyway, it's just amazingly sad, and people don't talk about the fact that kind of happens to people sometimes that are guys. A lot of times we just hear about girls being molested by men or whatever, but by men. But it happens to guys too, not just by men, but by women as well. Women can also take advantage of kids, and like those Mary, what's her name, Mary Lee Letourneau, whatever case, the teacher who had sex with her 13-year-old student, ended up having a baby with him, and getting married after she got out of jail, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like a double standard for women. And, it's fine. It's like, it's just a woman and a young guy. But when it's reversed, it's not. So it's just weird to me. But anyway, so he wrote about this in his book, and it was just kind of shocking and sad that I think that's what happened. Oh, what I was going to say is the guardian that he had that watching this pedophile is the one that turned him on to cocaine, crack, and heroin. And so not only did he, in getting in alcohol, he used that to get him drunk and stuff like that, or high, so he could take advantage of him easier. So it's disgusting to me that people do this, and you know, they prey on kids. And I mean, this is a pedophile. A pedophile to me is someone who preys on children, for control, and also because of sexual desire. But to me, it really is a sickness and an illness, because a kid can't consent to you. So if you have sex with a kid that's really not ready to have sex, then you really are, you know, you're kind of scummy to me. I mean, when I was a kid, I was 14 years old. No, I was 15 years old. I was 15 years old the first time I had sex, and the guy I had sex with was 22 years old. So does that make him a pedophile? I don't know. I've talked about this on the show before. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But I wasn't like, you know, he was like, come here, little boy. It was completely consensual, something that I pursued, you know. But people would argue that he was the adult and he should not have done anything with me, which is true, and I agree with that. But on the other hand, I don't feel like it was a big deal. I think it was, for me anyway, I enjoyed it. It was something I wanted to do, and somebody I wanted to do it with. So it wasn't like, you know, I was coerced into it. Anyway, so I think there's a difference, you know, when it comes to gay guys. It can be different, but also gay guys can be the victims of pedophilia as well. I mean, the difference is if the kid is being groomed, as they call it, or you know, coerced into having sex with this man against their will, or making it think that that's their idea, even when it really isn't, then, you know, that's pedophilia to me. And someone has a sickness and all they want to do is have sex with kids or whatever is pedophilia. Whereas being gay is something completely different. It always pisses me off when people conflate the two things, being gay with pedophilia, because it's not the same thing, and they're not the same. And the majority of pedophiles are heterosexual Caucasian men, FYI, not gay men. So, and there are women pedophiles as well. And so, like I mentioned earlier. Anyway, I don't know how I got on this topic. I guess because I was talking about Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. But anyway, I guess that's what I want to say about that. What was I going to talk about? Oh, the Ellen DeGeneres was on her show today for Halloween, and she dressed up like Nicki Minaj. It was so fucking hilarious. And she had this big ass, you know, these leather pants, and she had these big, huge boobs sticking out from under the shirt, like the under boob, you know, showing from the shirt she wore on her show. It was so funny. I love Ellen DeGeneres. But I thought it was hilarious. But I didn't dress up for anything this year. I didn't do anything. I never dress up for anything. I haven't dressed up for Halloween since I was like 19. I think when I was 19, when I was 19, I dressed up as a page boy. You know, like for the medieval times, you know, like a delivery boy, basically, messenger. And had like a page cap with a feather in it, you know, or page, whatever it's called, a page beret or whatever with a feather in it. And had these really, really tight leotards on with this really short kind of skirt-looking thing. It's not a skirt, but it's like, you know, like the boys wore in the medieval days, you know, Renaissance time, whatever. And I got hit on so much that night. I remember I actually went with some friends to the Village Station here in Dallas, it was called, and now it's called Station 5. But it was, I went there, and actually I got whistled at and hit on and everything else on the outside. And one guy hit on me and said, "Oh my God, you could suck the..." Anyway, I'm not going to say it. Anyway, so then I got inside and we were all dancing and whatever else. And so there's a balcony above the dance floor, and I was up there on the balcony with my friends on the right of me. This guy that left with me was looking at me, and he started putting his hand on me. And he put his hand down my front of my pants and started jacking me off right there in the club. And the guy was good looking, so I didn't really do anything about it. Yes, I know that's a slutty thing to do, but I don't care. That was just me. I wasn't a slut at all, actually, but I was very easily, I was very open with my sexuality. So anyway, and my friends were like, "Oh my God, do you need us to go?" I was like, no. So I took his hand out, and I was like, "Nice to meet you," and I left. So anyway, that's the next to last time I dressed up. The year after that, when I was 20, I dressed up as, the only time I've ever been in drag in my entire life. I dressed up as Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest with a wire hanger and the wire hanger scene, you know, with the thing in her hair and the wig and the face mask, and I had this big nightgown on. It was very similar to hers that she had in the movie, and the slippers. and it was so fun. I mean, it looked horrible though. God, I looked horrible. But anyway, it was fun to do. But that's the last time I dressed up for Halloween. I've dressed up as a priest before. I've dressed up as, what else? As an adult, I'm trying to think of things I dressed up as. An army guy once, sexy army guy, whatever. So anyway, that's my Halloween stuff. I mean, I usually don't do much for Halloween, except just kind of veg out anymore. It's like I have a kid or anything. So anywho, Ken Boggle says, orange soda, yuck. Well, Ken Boggle, if you don't like orange soda, then don't drink it. That's all I have to say to you. And I don't just like orange soda. I like many kinds of soda. I like orange soda. I like ginger ale. I like Sprite. I like, I don't know. What else do I like soda-wise? I like anything pretty much discussed. I mean, I like fruity drinks, typically like fruity flavored drinks or something, whatever. But most people who, I am half black, so of course I gotta like orange soda a little bit. Or Fanta, or grape soda or whatever. I don't really like grape soda, but that's a total stereotype. I'm just joking. But anyway, I like, I don't know. I like most sodas. But the only soda I ever drink is at home with my soda stream, and it has no sugar in it or anything. Otherwise, I don't drink soda except occasionally when I'm out to dinner or something like that. Usually I don't drink it at all. I usually drink it in or anything. Oh, and as you know, I have a vitamin D deficiency, and so I got these really cool vitamins that taste like gummy bears. They're so good. So I'm taking my vitamin D every day. I need to take it today. Although with all this freaking candy, all the milk in it, I've probably gotten plenty of vitamin D today. I haven't taken this one yet. If I take this one, crap. Hold on. Okay, so anywho, beyond all that, what's going on with me besides that? I'm working a lot. Sorry about that. I'm working a lot, and I'm working on several projects right now. I'm doing a huge lake house, pretty much completely doing the whole thing, designing the whole thing, building it and everything. And then also a 14,000 square foot mansion, and then also a couple bedrooms, and then a bathroom, master bedroom, guest room, and then a master bathroom for a different client. So doing all that right now. And then I had an inquiry yesterday about the Switzerland company, Coma, who is opening an office in Dallas that want me to do their offices here. So I'm just getting crazy busy. And usually this time of the year, the end of the year, is not as busy. I mean, it's busy-ish, but it's not like this. It's just not usually the end of the year people are winding down for the holidays, and the last thing they're thinking about is designing their house or whatever. So, but this year it's just been really crazy busy, so that's good. But I don't have a lot of time. So it's you're either busy and you have a lot of money, or you're not busy. I mean, you're busy and you have no time, or you're not busy and you have lots of time. That's what I'm trying to say. So, it's one way or the other with me. But I'm trying to get it all done, and I don't know. I may have to hire more people to help me if it gets any busier than this. I think I'm at my limit of what I can do with just an assistant. I need to actually get more people, I think, because years ago I used to have people working with me, and that I had employees, and that was years ago before the crash or whatever. And now we are here, and then the crash happened, and so I went back down to just myself. And now the economy has swung back so well, at least in my sector, that it's doing so great that I'm going to have to start hiring people soon. So whatever. That's a good thing. Good. It's a high end problem to have, Oh, by the way, I wonder if anybody else plays SimCity. I have this game called SimCity that I've been playing since 1998, I think. Oh, no. 1995 or 1996, somewhere in there, actually. And, it started out really basic, whatever, and now it's very, very, very advanced. And I love SimCity. I could sit there and play this fucking thing for hours on end. And it's a really good game. So if you've never played it before, play it. But for someone who does what I do, like architecture and stuff, it's really fun to play and to build a city and see how your decisions shape your city. So if you've never played SimCity and you need a time waster, And telling you it's addictive. SimCity is a great game to play. The newest one is the best.